Let's talk about Jupiter in the fifth house. So fifth house is Leo's natural house. And Leos are always extra. They
Okay, so
need
like
a stage,
show.
right? And very extravagant. So Jupiter brings expansion to that, right? So it's just you just want to go bigger. And it's like the hobbies, the entertainment. So with Jupiter there, it really, really just expands everything.
And also like it rules the hobby
Yeah.
area. So when Jupiter is there and those people have a like crazy luxury hobby
Hmm.
to when they are into one types of hobby brings their joy, they buy all kind of gear. For example, someone I know has a Jupiter in the fifth house and he really like a bike and he buys every single gear that bike can
Yeah, and
handle.
all the accessories.
Yes,
Yeah, just very
everything
extra.
extra,
Yeah, yeah.
everything have to be like, like it's not just a little piece. It have to be like a very special
Hmm.
material, has a like special coating, and those people brings that joy to doing that kind of activities as well. And fifth house is ruling also gambling,
Yeah.
as right. So Jupiter without fortune, it looks like the gambling, the
Like
spin, yeah,
roulette wheel.
roulette,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So if someone who has a like Jupiter in the fifth house, they have a tendency to go into the gambling um area a little bit
Yeah.
too much
Hmm.
because that brings their luck, expansion, blessing, and gift. So you can make a lot of money. Maybe you can win a lottery, but it
Hmm.
doesn't, apply to everyone who has a Jupiter in the fifth house. But those
Yeah.
people have a tendency to draw into that area as well.
Yeah, and it's not just gambling, but also any speculative investments. And also Leo, when you think about Leo, we think about the heart, right? So big, big hearts. You might have Jupiter in the fifth house, and you're probably just so loving, and you just really just want to show people the extravagance. Maybe when you're like helping people, you just go extra out of the way.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like those people are like a super romantic, like
Exactly.
Jupiter in fifth house. Oh my God, I feel like
Wining and dining abroad,
yeah,
Paris,
like
New York.
I almost
Yeah.
feels like a perfect Italian man is just
Yeah.
like bringing everything,
The roses.
cooking,
Yeah.
and sweet word and gesture and
Hmm.
everything and dancing. And yeah, that's the fifth house in Jupiter.
Hmm.
And also Jupiter in fifth house can make someone have a lot of
Yeah,
children.
exactly. Because the fifth house is all about creativity, and the ultimate creation is children.
Yeah, and we actually know someone who has a Jupiter in fifth house and she has 8 kids, and
Yeah,
this is a lot of
a
kids,
lot.
right? And when I talked to her, she told me that, oh my God, like my kids bring me so much joy. Every
Hmm.
single one of them looks different, but it's
Yeah,
perfect, involved between me, a little bit of me, a little bit of my husband, and they're just beautiful. They're just perfect way they are, and how she explained about her kids are so exciting, so loving, and she feels like, oh my God, I create this boy, I
yeah,
create this girl, I bring this being, like again, so having kids bring their luck and expansion blessing to their life, and most likely those kids when they grow up they also bring lots of joy into that person's life as well.
exactly. Jupiter in the fifth house also represents extreme sports or even hobbies, right? So, like mountain climbing on Mount Everest, that's very extreme, it's very exotic. Or even like snowboarding or skiing in the Swiss Alps, that's also very
Yeah, but
exotic.
in the very exotic,
Yeah.
extreme course. And people who has a tendency to like go into more
Hmm.
dangerous place to do their hobby,
Yeah.
and that can be due to like Jupiter in fifth house as
Exactly.
well.
Exactly.